Hi there, welcome back to another week of Counter-Strike game and skin market update. This is SkinomiCS2 and this video covers the 6th to 12th of October 2025. Before we start, I am doing a giveaway for a discontinued Virtus Pro badge on Steam in celebration of 10,000 subscribers. Leave a comment and I will randomly pick a winner in next week's video. Let's dive into the Armory Pass where the new items added last week have become tradable. As players rush to redeem these new items, they have actually become the worst performing out of the bunch. Despite this, only the Dr. Boom charms are unprofitable to redeem as of now, with most items having an ROI above 150%, which is astonishing. Moving on, an assortment of factory new weapon skins have been pumped even further this week, of which, the most ridiculous I have found are the Safari Mesh skins, which used to go for a few cents as they are quite undesired. I am not sure where this is going to end, but I doubt it will be a good place. Although a few stickers of the player Ethan rose on fundamental reasons, as this ex-Counter-Strike professional managed to clinch the World Championship in Valorant, the only place where Americans remain competitive. Overall, this pushed the market cap for the entire CS2 skin market to another all-time high at $5.89 billion. I would keep in mind this is due to pumped up factory new skins and old operation stickers, many of which have relatively low liquidity. Regardless, this is during the same week where both crypto and the stock market took a heavy dive. Maybe Counter-Strike is a good form of alternative investment after all, given it is not impacted by geopolitical risks in the same way. However, in one place, the Counter-Strike market dropped like more mainstream investments, and that is the Genesis collection. The Genesis terminal dropped by over 97% compared to its original valuation less than 1 month after release. This has not been helped by the confirmation that it has a whopping 40% chance of appearing in a weekly drop. The attendees to the end-of-year Budapest Major have been confirmed. Same with the Austin Major. I think the Challenger capsule will be the most interesting given the number of teams. Furthermore, the last spot was locked in by Fnatic, which means my predictions last week were correct. Again, the only 3 new stickers to this major will be the Hunts, Parry Vision, and Red Canids. My favourite is probably the Parry Vision sticker if the designs are good. Staying on major stickers, players Tynir and Twistzz will not be receiving one given the timing of their team changes. Zontix and Elige will be receiving a sticker in their place instead. The eSports World Cup for August 2026 has been decided. The prize pool and team count have both expanded. However, this came at the detriment to PGL, who are hosting a tournament at the same time. The PGL Twitter account sent a passive-aggressive tweet conceding to the eSports World Cup, given the top teams will be attending the tournament with the more money. This week, the famous Counter-Strike YouTuber Sparkles was banned from changing his Steam username for 24 hours. The reason given was apparently his previous username was inappropriate, as it had contained a reference to his website. As at the time of this video, he has already been unbanned. However, this is a public service announcement to warn my audiences to not include links with their Steam username. On Tuesday and Wednesday, both Steam and Counter-Strike was down for an extended period of time. This has been reported to be a DDoS attack on Valve servers. The attack had also targeted other gaming-related services including PSN and Xbox Live. Apparently, this is a hacker group demonstrating their abilities to potential buyers, which if true, is quite scary stuff. Also on Steam, although slightly less related to Counter-Strike, Dota 2 items are now also subjected to the 7-day trade hold. Speculations arise that this is due to a glitch which allowed for duplication of items, which was also a problem that plagued Counter-Strike. It appears that Valve is happy with the effects that trade hold has made to Counter-Strike to now also implement it for Dota. We finished the headlines this week with a bit of lighthearted news, and that is the FaZe roster playing a game against the top tier Roblox Counter-Strike players, to which they lost badly. Let's take a look.
He's not doing anything, bro.
I didn't shoot him! I didn't even push him! Oh my god!
Yo, both mid! I'm blind! I'm blind, bro!
Finally, let's move on to our weekly craft idea. A cool chrome crown can be crafted with the new chrome dome sticker. Start with an AK kickflip, scrape then layer dirty money on top. After that, place and scrape the JL gold from Austin, followed by the chrome dome hollow. Lastly, place and scrape the IMA foil from Austin. Total cost of the craft is over $40, as the Austin JL gold is quite expensive. Switching gears to market analysis,
it.
The SkinomiCS2 Index, which contains a list of items I use to represent the market, decreased by 0.47% this week. This ends the 8 consecutive weeks of increases. Note here that my index does not contain many of the factory new items that were pumped. The eSports Fire Index, which contains a list of 300 high-value liquid items, does contain a large number of items that benefited from the recent wave of capital injection, and we can see a rise sharply on the 9th and 10th of October. Total trade value and volume data from Steam DT continued to increase from last week. We have comfortably surpassed 3 million trades on any given day, which is very impressive. Now, let's break the skin market movements this week down into categories. Starting off with knives and gloves, this category remained relatively stable over the week. Higher tiered weapon skins did well in comparison, of which the factory new skins did the best as previously mentioned. Agents did very poorly. Most agents lost value, with goggles losing over 7%. Last but not least, the affordable weapon segment also did poorly, especially if the skin is not in factory new condition. Moving on, despite the release of Battlefield 6 attracting a large player base, CS2 did not see any change to daily player count. Furthermore, case unboxings shot up to a 10-week high of 9.6 million, which is quite interesting if not unexpected. Non-active case prices continued to decline, notwithstanding the case unboxing increases, although noting that the declines this week were mostly minute. Active case prices continued to increase this week as their drop volume declined to only 60% due to the Genesis terminal. We still do not have good data points on the Genesis terminal to be reliably presented here. Let's now take a glimpse at this week's biggest winners and losers. In the winners, we continue to see a pump of old skins in factory new condition, apart from the Glock Neo Noir in minimal wear, whereby the factory new condition of the skin is still 6 times more expensive after the increase. The biggest losers this week were all from the Genesis collection, as I've explained in the headlines. The channel partner iTrade.gg is on holidays, so I do not have the top trades data this week, so we're moving to game news where there were no updates this week. Now onto the pro scene. The grand final of the ESL Pro League Season 22 is set to be played between Falcons and Vitality as of this video. The most interesting game during the playoffs was FaZe's loss against Vitality, where Rain played his last game in a FaZe jersey, and Twistzz dropped 45 kills on a single map. Relating to this tournament, Limvision and Virtus.pro have been investigated for withdrawing from the tournament in the last minute. Virtus.pro's situation was deemed worthy of an exemption, but Limvision will be banned for 1 game in the next ESL event. Looking ahead, 2 tournaments are set to be played in the next week. Both do not feature most of the teams in the top 5 of rankings, so it is a good opportunity for others to catch up. In other pro scene news, Jaxmo joined Fnatic on loan in place of Cypher. ESIC suspended Tier 2 team Senza due to corruption allegations. Hades will sub for Heroic during the CAC tournament. And lastly, Grix has taken over Hyped Inc. Big. I am still open to skin donations, and a reminder to join my Discord. Please like, share and subscribe. On that bombshell, that was all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!